Mr. Chairman, MOE is committed to bring out the best in every student, regardless of their starting point in life. The Uplifting Pupils in Life and Inspiring Families Task Force, or UPLIFT, was set up in 2018. Through UPLIFT, we aim to safeguard social mobility and strengthen support for students from disadvantaged families by helping them to achieve their full potential. Like Mr. Eric Chua, many of us have come across these students in our work. They face challenges like irregular attendance, and some struggle with self-confidence and motivation. Other times, and oftentimes, we find that they lack a structured home environment after school. While the number of students facing these challenges is small, MOE is committed to ensure that all students have the support that they need to do their best and to grow up well. One of UPLIFT's key strategies is to strengthen after-school care and support, especially for those who do not have conducive home environments. I'm pleased to inform Mr. Don Wee that we have set up a student care center in every primary school since last year. The school-based SECs provide a safe and nurturing environment for students after school hours, where they can enjoy lunch and afternoon snack, complete their homework, and participate in various enrichment activities. Schools prioritize their students from disadvantaged backgrounds when allocating SEC places and are committed to expanding capacity where necessary. We are concerned about students who may benefit from the SECs but are not currently enrolled. Thus, all primary schools have started proactively reaching out to students or to parents of these students this year to encourage them to enroll their children in these students' care centers. The teachers guided families through the enrollment process and streamlined the process for financial support. Secondary schools have put in place their Gear Up program, targeting students who would benefit from more structured after-school supervision and support. This helps schools identify students' needs early to better strengthen and customize their learning and socio-emotional support. Beyond our schools, UPLIFT seeks to provide the necessary support for disadvantaged students and their families. This was why we started the UPLIFT Community Pilot in Boon Lay, Kreta Ayer, and Woodlands starting January 2020. In these three towns, we introduced an UPLIFT Town Level Coordinator, or TLC, to smoothen the flow of information and coordinate support for the family from community agencies. The work of the TLCs is important, as community agencies might not always be able to identify the children and families who need their support. Conversely, schools might not be aware of all the community resources available to support their students. We are also recruiting volunteers as UPLIFT family befrienders to check in with the families regularly, mentor and guide them, and assist the TLCs. The first batch of about 50 befrienders completed their training in December last year and have recently been matched with families. Let me provide an example of a wrapped-around support by our TLC. I recently visited Muhammad Nazri and his wife Mariana, both in their mid-30s. They have 5 children in primary school and a 6th child who is just under 1 year old. Nazri's TLC has been supporting the family since early 2020, when the children's school attendance was irregular. The TLC first found out that Nazri and his children lived in Malaysia for several years. When the family returned to Singapore, the children found it difficult to adjust as they were behind their peers academically. One of the first things that the TLC did was to enroll the children in Mendaki's weekend tuition classes, and also work with Mendaki to source for volunteer academic coaches to mentor and inspire the children and provide more individualized support. As mentioned, UPLIFT support goes beyond the children. So the TLC has been supporting the parents too. So for example, he linked up Mariana with AMP Singapore, which has schemes to support her in her interest in setting up a micro-business to enable her to earn an income while caring for her infant child. And when the child is ready to be placed in a childcare center, we will assist her to do so and help her look for a more permanent job. The TLC will also explore upgrading support for Nazri, who is a food delivery rider, to help him secure a more sustainable job. Apart from the TLC, the family has been matched with two befrienders. One of them is an IT professional, Raj, who has helped the children ease into online learning. I hear that the children's attendance has improved over the past 1 year, and they are more engaged in their learning. I wish Nasri and his family all the very best. Mr. Speaker, their story is a powerful reminder of what we can achieve through Uplift. Indeed, at first glance, we see a venerable young family with 6 very young children. When I met them and saw the smile in the children's faces and eyes bright up, I see hope and dreams. We must do all we can to fulfill these hopes and dreams for these children. I'm confident that together we can secure a brighter future for Nazri and his family and many other families like theirs. So the Uplift community pilot has yielded positive outcomes, with about 80% of the students placed in a pilot in early 2020 attending school more regularly. As such, from February this year, we have expanded our coverage to include more students, such as students living in rental flats, as we work closely with Comlink, set up by MSF. We will also extend the Uplift pilot or community pilot into Bukit Merah. Together with the coverage of students living in rental flats, we are working to support students from about 70 schools who are living in the pilot sites by the end of this year. This means we will surpass our original target of 300 students supported by the community pilot by 2022. Community partnerships are key to the success of Uplift and must continue. Many community partners have stepped forward to support students from disadvantaged families and were disproportionately impacted by the pandemic. We will continue to bring on board more community partners, work with them to curate suitable programs, and connect them with schools whose students would benefit most. Our work with Uplift is a whole of society effort. We will continue to press on, working hand in hand with the community to ensure no child is left behind. When I took over as chairperson of Uplift, I wanted to deepen our collaboration with self-help groups and also brought People's Association on board the task force. They have brought valuable expertise and experience to take Uplift forward. We will also continue to work closely with MSF and other government agencies to synergize across different initiatives like Comlink, Kickstart, and community programs like MCube. This is part of the government's commitment to strengthen our social service delivery. Mr. Speaker, Ms. Janet Ang, Ms. Mariam Jaafar, and Dr. Wan Rizal have also spoken on how our applied education pathways must continue to provide our graduates for the future. We have made significant progress over the past few years, and I'm leading an ongoing review of opportunities and pathways in applied education to build on this foundation. My team comprises representatives from the public, private, and people sectors, many of whom have deep engagements and experience in the ITE and polytechnic sector, as well as polytechnic and ITE leaders. Over the past couple of months, we have spoken to over 400 stakeholders, including students and graduates of the polytechnics and ITE, their parents, employers and industry partners, and the staff. Their perspectives have been valuable in shaping the review's early work. We plan to reach out to more stakeholders. Mr. Eric Chua reminded us of the important role deep technical skills have in our workforce and society. Our students know this too. Many shared their aspirations to upgrade themselves, building on the foundation they had acquired in polytechnic or ITE. All of them wanted to hone their skills to stay up to date and in a fast-changing workplace, which is very heartening. Some, of course, aspire for a university degree. We also heard from employers who agreed with the value of upgrading, but were quite wary about hiring and training someone only to have them leave in a few years for further studies. I hope we can find meaningful convergence between the students' aspirations and the employer's needs. Ultimately, continued training and deepening relevant skills must translate to better employment and salary outcomes for our polytechnic and ITE students. We will continue these conversations over the next few months. Allow me to share an overview of the ideas that have emerged so far, which I see as key priorities for us to address through this review. First, we recognize our students' diverse interests and aspirations and support them in exploring different options. This includes strengthening porosity and flexibility in our education pathways and ensuring strong education and career guidance, or ECG. We agree with Ms. Janet Ang that we must help our students be, and I quote her, always ready to learn, unquote, engaged in their studies and inspired about their future careers. We will look into how to do this better through our review. Second, our courses and curriculum must remain industry relevant and prepare students well to enter the workforce after graduation. But we have to balance near-term job readiness with career resilience. We want our students to be versatile and able to seize emerging opportunities over the course of their careers. Third, we must and we need to invest in life skills, including essential competencies such as cross-cultural communication, critical thinking, and collaboration, which are relevant across jobs and disciplines, as well as life outside the workplace. We want to prepare our students for life and work, regardless of the pathways they choose after graduation. Fourth, as part of our ongoing efforts to help every student achieve their potential and find success, we will build on our experience with Uplift in our schools and leverage community partnerships to strengthen support for students with higher needs and enable more of them to achieve their full educational potential. Mr. Eric Chua spoke passionately about how we should support our ITE students. I wholeheartedly agree, and this is indeed a key priority. One of the first moves we will undertake in this review is to enhance the ITE curricular structure. In 2019, we announced that by 2030, we would provide more opportunities for ITE graduates to upgrade beyond a NITEC qualification over the course of their careers, taking into account diverse student aspirations and learning needs. More than half of the 2019 cohort of NITEC graduates progressed immediately to a higher NITEC, up from just under half the year before. We will continue to progressively increase higher NITEC places. We will cater more polytechnic places for working adults and grow the ITE's Work-Study Diploma, or WSD, pathway. We will also work closely towards expanding ITE's diploma programs. ITE's Work-Study Diplomas, or WSDips, and Technical Diplomas have a distinct applied focus and cater to students who benefit from a more hands-on learning style. This will strengthen opportunities for ITE graduates to upgrade to a diploma in the course of their careers. I would like to assure Ms. Mariam Jaafar that ITE employment outcomes are strong overall. About 2/3 of the ITE graduates in full-time and permanent employment reported that their job was related to their course. For polytechnics, it was about 3/4. So having said that, we can always do better to ensure better salary outcomes for our ITE and polytechnic graduates. ITE is committed to preparing its students well for the world and for the working world. We agree with Dr. Wan Rizal on the importance of providing meaningful and relevant internship experience for our students. I recently met Siti Rauda, who graduated from NITEC in Logistics Services in 2019. During her course, Siti learned at YCH Group, a homegrown supply chain solutions company, where she coordinated the movement of freight containers. She made a strong impression and was offered a permanent position after graduation, a very, very positive experience in her internship. So today, she is a logistics specialist at YCH. As the pace of economic change grows, our graduates will require deeper skills to stay competitive. Our companies will also need a more highly skilled workforce to transform. Employers have an important role to play. They complement theory with critical on-the-job training, and this is especially evident in the WSD pathway. I recently met Alex, who is currently working at air services company Denata, and concurrently a trainee of our WSD in airport operations. While at Denata, Alex picked up specialized skills such as cool chain handling. He now leads an equipment operator team to ensure the safe and timely movement of inbound and outbound cargo. There is scope to do more for ITE students like Siti and Alex, many of whom benefit from a more hands-on pedagogy which suits their learning pace and style. To this end, we will make some structural changes in ITE. We want all ITE students to aspire to attain their We want all ITE students to aspire to attain their higher NITEC qualification when they enroll in ITE. Today, ITE offers both NITEC and higher NITEC courses, but the higher NITEC building on the foundation established during NITEC. We will streamline the ITE curriculum to provide more students the opportunity to attain higher NITEC in a shorter duration. This will equip our ITE graduates with deeper industry-relevant skills, which provide stronger foundation for future skills upgrading. We will also ensure sufficient flexibility for students of different profiles under this new system to cater to different learning needs and paces. With this change, we hope to better meet students' aspirations for upgrading while continuing to meet evolving industry needs. We will share more details in the months ahead. One point we heard in our engagements was the importance of course matching. When students are matched to a course that they are passionate about, they are more motivated to do well and succeed. In recent years, we have taken steps to support students' progress from secondary school to polytechnics. We have enhanced the education career guidance in secondary schools to help students explore different career pathways and education options. In 2019, we expanded the Polytechnic Foundation Program, or FPP, which prepares selected polytechnic-bound normal academic students to enter polytechnics. In the lead-up to the implementation of full subject-based banding in 2024, we are looking at how PFP can cater to more diverse profile of secondary students with different strengths and pace of learning. We build on this when students enter polytechnic. So one key effort is the introduction of the Common Entry Programs, or CEPs. In 2019, we expanded CEPs to the Business and Information and Digital Technologies cluster, complementing the existing engineering CEPs. CEPs target students interested in a cluster but are undecided about their specific course that they want to undertake. One student who has benefited is Leonard, who applied for Temasek Poly's TP's Aerospace Engineering course in 2019, but did not make the cutoff point. So Leonard entered the TP's Engineering CEP instead, where he was given a feel of TP's other engineering courses through modules like electrical circuit analysis, digital electronics, and programming. Leonard and his classmates also benefited from talks and hands-on activities conducted by lecturers, ECG counselors, and industry professionals. The CEP helped Leonard affirm his interest in aerospace engineering. Leonard worked hard and has since secured a place in the aerospace engineering course. I wish him all the best. Leonard's experience is not unique. Out of the 2019 cohort of CEP students, 90% agreed that their CEP has helped them discover their interests and aptitude. This is an encouraging start. There have been other moves since then. Republic Poly introduced a CEP for the science cluster, and the Singapore Polytechnic rolled out the single Media Arts and Design course, which functions like a CEP. Building on this, we will introduce CEPs in Arts, Design and Media and Sciences clusters in all polytechnics from 2023. With this change, we expect 25% of Year 1 diploma students to enter polytechnic via the CEP, up from 20% currently. Mr. Chairman, allow me to continue in Malay. Pendidikan perlu kekal sebagai pemacu kejayaan bagi golongan yang kurang bernasib baik dalam masyarakat kita dan bagi pelajar yang memerlukan agar mereka dapat mencapai potensi mereka sepenuhnya. Melalui Uplift, kami akan terus bekerjasama dengan masyarakat bagi melengkapkan usaha-usaha di sekolah. Satu perubahan utama ialah perluasan program Berintis Masyarakat Uplift, termasuk melanjutkannya ke kawasan perumahan di Bukit Merah. Kami juga akan mempereratkan kerjasama dengan badan-badan bantu diri, termasuk mendaki dan meneroka sinergi dengan dua daya usaha seperti Komling dan M Kuasa 3. Hari ini di peringkat pos menengah, hampir 70% daripada setiap kohort memilih laluan Politeknik dan ITE. Saya sedang menerajui satu semakan untuk peringkat ITE dan Politeknik dengan tujuan membantu pelajar kita kekal relevan dan meraih kejayaan di tengah-tengah dunia yang berubah-ubah. Kami mahu semua pelajar ITE mempunyai iltizam untuk mencapai kelayakan naik tinggi apabila mereka memasuki ITE. Ini bermakna kami akur akan potensi dan yakin akan keupayaan mereka. Oleh itu, kami akan memperkemas kurikulum ITE untuk menyediakan lebih ramai para pelajar mendapat peluang mencapai naik tinggi dalam tempoh yang lebih singkat. Politeknik juga akan melalui perubahan-perubahan penting. Dalam tahun pertama pengajian mereka, kami akan memperluaskan CEP untuk memberikan sokongan yang lebih kepada para pelajar politeknik dalam proses pemilihan kursus mereka. Kami juga sedang meneliti cara-cara untuk memperluaskan PFP bagi memenuhi keperluan lebih ramai pelajar. Semasa perbahasan belanjawan, Cik Mariam Jaafar mengutarakan tentang perwakilan masyarakat Melayu dalam STEM atau Sains, Teknologi, Engineering dan Mathematics. MOE committed menyokong para pelajar tak kira bangsa dan kami akan terus menggalakkan semua pelajar termasuk pelajar Melayu untuk membangunkan minat mereka dalam STEM. Saya ingin meyakinkan anda bahawa kami bermula daripada kedudukan yang kuat. Kursus-kursus STEM amat popular dalam kalangan pelajar-pelajar Melayu kita juga. Hari ini, kita dapati lebih separuh daripada pelajar-pelajar Melayu yang memasuki institusi-institusi pengajian tinggi kita menyertai kursus-kursus STEM. Ini hanya permulaan suatu perjalanan yang menarik. Saya berharap kita boleh bersatu untuk merealisasikannya. Dr. Wan Rizal bertanya usaha-usaha MOE memupuk minat serta penghargaan para pelajar kita terhadap bahasa Melayu dan bahasa ibunda secara amnya. Tuan Pengerusi, saya akan mula dengan menerangkan usaha-usaha MOE untuk menyemarakkan penggunaan bahasa Melayu. Sistem pendidikan kita berasaskan dasar dui bahasa. Asas yang kukuh dalam bahasa ibunda kita akan membolehkan kita berurusan di rantau ini dengan lebih berkesan sambil terus berakarkan warisan kita. Ini penting kerana kita tahu bilangan anak-anak yang menggunakan bahasa Melayu sebagai bahasa utama di rumah sudah semakin berkurangan. Sepanjang beberapa bulan yang lalu, saya mendapat tahu daripada guru-guru bahasa Melayu bagaimana kita membuat penyesuaian dengan cara dan apa yang diajarkan untuk memastikan bahasa Melayu terus hidup bagi generasi baru pelajar kita. Sebagai contoh, guru peneraju Cikgu Zainabah Omar dari Sekolah Rendah Clementi menetapkan murid-muridnya dengan tugas dunia sebenar seperti menyediakan menu untuk sarapan dan makan tengah hari semasa mengajar penjodoh bilangan seperti secubit garam dan secawan bijirin. Pendekatan berasaskan tugas atau task-based approach ini menjadikan pembelajaran bahasa lebih otentik. Saya diberitahu murid-muridnya lebih yakin bukan sahaja dalam menggunakan bahasa Melayu tetapi juga dalam menyediakan hidangan harian mereka juga. Ibu bapa dan masyarakat juga memainkan peranan penting dalam memperkukuhkan penggunaan bahasa Melayu para pelajar di luar bilik darjah. MOE committed dalam menyokong usaha-usaha ini melalui jawatan kuasa pembelajaran dan penggalakan penggunaan bahasa Melayu atau MMLPC. Antara program utama MMLPC ialah Kem Perkasa Warisan yang dianjurkan bersama oleh Persatuan Rakyat dan Mesra. Kem ini menyediakan peluang kepada murid-murid sekolah rendah untuk mendalami pengetahuan mereka tentang budaya dan warisan Melayu melalui aktiviti-aktiviti amali. Sejak diperkenalkan pada tahun 2018, Kem Perkasa Warisan telah melibatkan lebih 1,400 pelajar di 39 sekolah rendah dan menengah. Akhir-akhir ini, usaha-usaha sedemikian telah dilanjutkan kepada pelajar-pelajar pos menengah juga. Bab pepatah Melayu, jika tidak dipecah ruyung, di mana boleh mendapat sagunya. Saya sanjung usaha-usaha ini dan saya yakin kita akan terus meneroka cara-cara terbaik untuk menyemarakkan bahasa Melayu agar terus menjadi bahasa yang hidup di rumah, di sekolah dan dalam masyarakat kita. Mr. Speaker, in English, bilingualism is a cornerstone of our education system, and a good grasp of our mother tongue language, or MTL, can unlock opportunities for our students in the region and beyond. MTLs also help us to remain connected to our heritage and our Singaporean identity. Mr. Chairman, let me conclude by saying that we have come a long way, but our education system cannot remain static. We must respond to changing circumstances as we prepare our children to function confidently in the future. And our children must be at the center of our education system. We must work together to ensure that the education remains an uplifting force for all and secure a brighter future for Singaporeans and Singapore. Thank you.